Tom.
Yes,
how you doing, bro?
All good, mate. Thank you. How are you?
Mate, thank you for the invite once again.
Yeah, back here.
What is it, about 2 years now?
Yeah, it's got to be, yeah.
About 2 years we filmed your M240?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So yeah, Tom Wrigley, who are you?
So, obviously Tom Wrigley Performance, that's my company. We do all the tuning on the BMWs mainly, so mainly F80s really, S55s, specialised in them. We've done everything, like I said, we've got devs here.
Yeah.
Fastest in the UK by a mile.
Right.
One of the fastest in Europe.
So we've got an F80 M3 built engine.
Fully built engine. We've done this car from top to bottom. Fully built motor, clutches, fully built diff, drive shafts, you name it, it's got it. It's got my own hybrid turbos on there. So,
right. So this is new because you weren't doing this before?
No, I wasn't doing those hybrids before, so they're like a bigger version of the Pures, more reliable, stronger, and making more power really. Lots of top end as well, which is nice.
So what do we estimate horsepower to be?
Today it makes 820 on pump fuel plus meth, and then it's just over 1,000 on ethanol. So yeah, it's a beast.
Mate, so this is no joke, yeah.
No, 10.1 quarter, which again is it's not quick in consideration with your GTR, but for rear wheel drive, that's solid.
It's about managing horsepower.
It's absolutely, it's managing the horsepower. It's never had slicks on it. That's just on, cut slick tyres, not proper drag tyres. You know, it's not really a quarter-mile car, but half miles, very strong. 185 in the half mile.
Wow. So it's done a 4.2, right? 100 to 200?
Yeah, 4.200 to 200. That was on like an E30 mix, so still not fully 85. It's going to do a 3 comfortably, we know it is. Just traction starts becoming a little bit difficult then. It's got my sort of fast road setup alignment on it. It's got my Olin suspension with my own custom spring rates and whatnot.
So I noticed we've got the Wagner
yeah, you've got the Wagner charge cooler, so it's relatively standard under here considering the horsepower. It's got port methanol injection in the charge pipes and in the inlet manifold.
The aluminium.
Yeah. It's got the hybrid turbos on it, standard air filters, standard air boxes. They've not found any restrictions with them as of yet, so they're all good. It's got all upgraded front radiators. You can't really see an awful lot behind there, but they're all larger. It's got a full Remus exhaust with an AA mid pipe. Low pressure fuel pump's been done in the tank. But to run on pump fuel, if someone comes to me with a car that just wants to run pump fuel, we don't need all of these modifications. It's just that Dev wanted to make sure the car's fully built, it's strong, it can take it. When you're going from stock power, 8 seconds down to this, it's easy. You can do it, but
when you get to the 5 region, 543 is like
big money, it's big power, and you're starting to look outside the box, which is what we've done.
So are the clutches stock still?
No, clutches are done. The gearbox is stock, the prop shaft's stock. But then the diff's been built, it's got a Drexler diff in there.
Oh, it's got a Drexler diff?
Yeah, it's got a Drexler diff.
No, Dev ain't playing, is he?
Drive shafts, I've had some custom drive shafts made. It's got everything. It's got my own brake kit, so AP brake kit front and rear, it's my own kit. Signature wheels.
So these are like, what are these, like 8 kilos of
they're ridiculous, ridiculously light. And yeah, it's
no
got
joke.
everything, mate.
But
I like it. It's a bit of a sleeper when you look at it.
Yeah, you would never know that it was.
You wouldn't know, and I love the way Dev keeps it like that. It's all genuine carbon. It's not got all these big stupid bits hanging off it. Yeah. It's proper.
What about interior? Anything going on there?
Mate, totally standard.
So gearbox is stock, just
gearbox
clutches,
is stock.
Yeah?
They're really strong gearbox. Yeah. It's got all the carbon fibre, all the M Performance carbon in there, and the Alcantara
as well.
Full leather dash, so it's lovely.
It's an absolute weapon, man. I can't wait to see what it's like.
It's amazing. But
so this is a kit that you can do. So if somebody wants a built engine, is it something that you do?
We've got three cars waiting for built engines over the winter. Sort of January, February, we can start taking fresh bookings.
Yeah. So guys, I did shoot another vlog where we went through and showed, because you got a new sort of unit.
New workshop, four-wheel drive dyno going in there, Dynojet. So big things are happening, and we've got the track as well. We can test things on.
Yeah,
got a little half-mile runway over there, which we also use for testing.
Tom's doing it different. As I say, I'll leave the link if you want to see that full video where we've gone over the workshop and some of his kits and
stuff. I'll show you the runway as well, the little half-mile thing. There's been interesting stuff coming up next year there, so it's all exciting.
Let's jump out, take a spin then.
Absolutely,
That's it. People in a built M3, never ever been at one of these. I can tell you straight away, it's different, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just the like little noise. Yeah, it's a bit rougher.
Yeah.
But that's what the built cars are like. I mean, my GTR's the same. It's rough. Like, what's been done to the engine?
Absolutely everything you can do to an S55. It's got pistons, rods. We started off with a brand new crankshaft, block.
Forged or?
Forged. No, the crank standard, but everything's forged from that. Steel con rods, it's got Carrillo rods, CP pistons, it's got a fully gas flowed head. ported, polished, Supertech valves, titanium valve springs and retainers. It's got some Schritt cams in it now as well, which we need to have a little play with. It's everything, mate.
It's been done for a while, isn't it? Like you say,
it's been done for a while, but like I said, the owner's very private. He goes out and smokes most people in London, or most weekends.
You know, and it does a 4.2, man. That is quick for a rear-wheel drive car, man.
Now, I don't think, but we'll give it a little squirt down the thing. Like I said, this isn't more of your corner kind of car. This is your half-mile, quarter-mile drag car, really.
So you've got to really know how to drive one of these.
Mate,
you've got to at least get the temps up in the tyres.
Yeah, you can end up in some big trouble.
Hey guys, everything feels solid. Like, oh.
So I mean,
it sounds different, doesn't it? Mate, the first time I would have heard that on my engine, I'm like, is it alright? This ain't no normal M3, man.
No,
just going by the sounds, you're like, yo, something's up here. Yeah. You say this is done a 10.2 on a normal
10.1, yeah. You just planted it in fourth now.
No, boy. That's mental, isn't it? One gear.
Yeah.
You know, just looking at that
like
speedo, mate.
I know.
But it felt good though, traction there.
Yeah. That wasn't bad. That was fourth, but yeah, that's the reason it's the fastest. No one's got closest in the UK. There's been so many talks, all these big builds, but at the end of the day, they're nowhere to be seen. This is doing the numbers. It's out on the road. It's doing it on the road. It's happening. You know, it's not hearsay, this, that, or the other. It's happening. That's the bottom line of it. So,
what did it do at VMAX? Sorry, was this one been to VMAX?
Yeah, this is done. Well, at VMAX, it had the speed limiter on, but it was doing 185 at the half mile.
And this car's been retuned as well, like.
Yeah, this has been retuned by Mike Ball again on MHD. It's got like this new feature, so you hold this button down and you get a rolling launch. So your bills boost up flat
out. Sick. So you got rolling anti-lag basically.
Rolling anti-lag, yeah. So it's on 52,000 now. The mods have probably been on it for about 20, so it shows if you spend the money, okay, you spent a lot on the engine things, but he's not risking blowing it up all the time. That's what I say to a lot of the lads that really want to push these stock engines, which is fine, but then you've got to buy a block, you've got to buy a head, everything's got to be bought then when you're fortunate, so you're looking at another $6 grand on top.
Yeah, I've made the same point, like even with my M5, you can make them fairly quick, close to the times, but you're going to blow your engine at some point.
And a lot of people give it, oh well, not even that much quicker, you're only a tenth quicker on drag, you didn't mind. Yeah, but I'm not risking blowing it up every time. I'm not a 10 grand bill away every time.
As I say, like I've been out in a lot of these. Yeah, it's just got a different the way you're driving it, man. Like, don't drive like a normal M3, does it? Jeez, Dev, your car's an animal, bro.
He knows it. He loves it.
The turbos are responsive, aren't they?
Yeah, well this has got our own hybrids on it, so they spool up a little bit quicker than the Stage 2 Plus Pures that we've been working with. Much more reliable, and we're having good results out of them. Well, this is the proof in the pudding.
Yeah, so sorry, what are the turbos?
So they're kind of my own ones. They've got a Garrett core, but they run the stock housing, so it's still a hybrid in effectively. Basically an alternative to Pures, similar on price, but like I said, reliability, power. These are doing mid fours, 100 to 200 on pump fuel, so they've got a fair bit of performance advantage.
It's going to be very interesting. I mean, a 4.2 on V-Power, and it's pulling like that.
Exactly.
And ethanol's a whole different
ball game. As you've learned, you know, you can run a lot more ignition timing. It runs a lot cooler. You know, traction is going to be our biggest enemy, but we've got some 17-inch rear wheels, Mickey Thompson drag radials, so we'll. You know, it should be good.
But yeah, I mean, it does just drive like a normal M3 though, doesn't it? There's no massive compromise, different tone on the engine, that's all.
And a lot of that, as well as the engine mounts, are solid in it.
Well, I think it sounds bloody cool, man. And awesome, obviously clutches.
Clutches got the SSP, this has got the Spec X ones in, so the biggest pack you can go for with the billet housings. So everything's been done properly, like I said. It's got a Drexler diff. That's all fully built. It's got custom drive shafts. It's got Olin suspension, like I said to you before. It's more about putting the power down as well, rather than just all-out power. There's a lot more to it. So that's kind of what.
So this is 820, isn't it, on pump? You say?
Yeah.
For anyone that's confused, it's like there's a limit to pump fuel, like, do you know what I mean, for
just put all
safety
your trust
reasons.
in what you're getting out of the tank there, you know, and you can. I've even had bad batches of race fuel, but you imagine you mapped it to the absolute limit on pump fuel. I give it back to Dev. He goes and gets some fuel that's maybe not as good. You can cause permanent engine damage. So I like to keep it a bit more conservative on pump fuel, and then go more for it on race fuel.
Yeah.
And then when it's on race fuel, I'm constantly logging the car and monitoring it at events, so you can check what's going on. How's the ignition timing? How's the temperatures? Everything. Whereas if I send him back home with an ethanol map, he's daily driving this car. He ain't going to be looking at that all the time.
Yeah.
There's a good chance, even if you get some bad ethanol, if the car's pushed to its absolute limit, regardless of how the engine's built, it still cause problems.
Big dog gone into this.
Big money, but big numbers, mate.
Oh shit. Hey, this drives even easier than a normal M3. Wow, that low down torque, boy. Got the O-rings on, haven't we? And your brakes. Now, lovely. Drexler diff, is that probably contributing to that, like, sort of grippy? Jeez, I've fed that in then as well. Still spun up. Jesus. How effortless is that, boy? The car feels like I can cope with it.
Yeah, it loves that though, the feeling of it.
It's a real thick power, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, forget third gear, man.
Really?
What are we on the rear? 305s on this one?
305s, but
Yeah. Mate, I love that grumpy, that rough. Oh, that's a kick, boy. Yeah, I've definitely never felt power like this in a S55. Yeah. That's
like a race car type.
It's almost dangerous. You've got to definitely know what you're doing with something like this.
Like I said, it's good. Dev's a pretty handy driver, luckily, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't give this to anyone.
I mean, look, guys. All of the mods it's got still drives like a normal M3. Like even in traffic now, it's not like rough. Obviously, you see the kangaroo in, but that's just because we're in Sport Plus. You got a meth injection, so if
that's the button to turn it on and off.
Okay. And that's spraying constant, yeah.
Well, progressively, so when it needs it.
Bro, they spool up though, don't they? I mean, this spools up quicker than my Pures.
Yeah.
Than my car, anyway.
This is what.
Bro, this is a fucking animal, isn't it? Jesus.
Kicking in a bit, you see.
Say that again?
So feel the traction just kicking in a little bit there.
Yeah. It just like throws itself up the RPM, doesn't it? It like overwhelms. Yeah, it's almost a surge, and it comes in out of nowhere. You think it's on, and then it just shoves it forward. Fifth gear.
We're not really in its prime environment, I'll be honest.
No, of course not.
Greasy roads.
Yeah. Wow. Still revs out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's all low down as well. That's another good thing about obviously building the engine. You can bring it in lower, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So as you say, like 820 horsepower, but when it comes to race, ethanol, that's when you can push the hell out of this and
definitely
take to another level.
Yeah, this is going to be in the threes, this car. I don't doubt that at all.
It's actually unreal how normal it drives. I bet you're cringing in it when I come on a third.
No, I'm alright.
Third's the gear, but it's dangerous. I'm barely getting on the throttle as well. How are they spooling up as quick as they do, man? Like,
it's ball bearing turbo, so that's why.
oh, fifth gear, we're not even up in the RPMs, and it's. Wow. Scary, isn't it?
That's ball.
3.5 is on. 3.5.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing that is. Mine came in about 4K on.
That's normal for Pures, really.
What have you had all lower arms done on this as well, isn't it? And bits like that. So this is like a car that you guys can do as well. So anybody wants, like, you say you're building.
F80, whether it's a stage, well, anything BM really. M3s, M4s, M5s left, yeah. If you want stage 1, we do stage 1. If you want 4 stage 3 builds, engine builds, that's all we do, you know. Just stick to what we know, we just specialise in these, and that's it, really.
Man, like Tom. I like this car a lot, man. Like, I just like the fact, I thought it was going to be a bit of a hot rod, which it is, but as long as you can, feed the throttle in, it's still a little dangerous. You've got to really feed it in.
It's not completely uncontrollable, though.
Nah, definitely not, man.
A lot of people would think it would be.
Nah, bro, you can
You say,
still.
oh, I've got an 800 brake rear wheel drive BM. They're going, oh, I
Yeah,
have to put the power
yeah,
down. Well,
yeah.
actually, we are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
It feels a lot more in the ground, this car as well, doesn't it? A lot more
Stuck to it,
planted. And you obviously do O-Link suspension as well, don't you? You're a supplier of them.
These and keep them in stock as well. So all the O-Links, they've kind of found it to be the best one on these cars. It works really nice. So
Yeah, the brakes and suspension was the game changer for me. No, Tom, once again, man, I appreciate
not a problem.
letting me take the car for a spin. Dev, you got a bit of an animal here, mate. Be careful. Be careful, son. And you're saying he's going for more, like you're saying you just you just piss him.
This is what we call a daily map. This ain't changing. It doesn't need any more. But
wow, this is what you should do
what
daily.
we want now is a third map, which is going to be the kill map, which you can either put in to go out in the evenings racing, or you can go drag racing, or you can go half-mile racing.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere it wants, you know, and it then gives it more of that little edge. And we've done another one for another good friend of mine and a good friend of Deb's, Abe's.
Yeah. Oh
He's got an animal as well, mate. That's
I can't see nothing, mate. But yeah, Tom, man. Once again,
Pleasure
respect,
as always,
brother. Where can people find you? For anyone that's new.
It's Tom Rinky Performance on Instagram, Facebook. We've got we keep everyone up to date on there, and then we're based in Osler Street, Shropshire. For anyone wants to come down, we can discuss projects.
As you can see, guys, from the front.
We're absolutely loads of cars. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you soon, buddy.
No worries, Tom. Yeah, cool, guys. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yeah, if you've got anything interesting, send me an email. You can contact me on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, into the next car. Cool.
Yo, what's a right or a left turn? Lamborghini made the heads turn. Enough fuel for the next journey. Man's wheel spinning, got the heads turning. Exhaust smoke like a fire burning. Just bought a bin, my man's buying German. Halfway I want, didn't buy a permit. Wanna join the team, then buy a jersey. Full tank full of gas leak.